Hi everybody, it's Deb from Deb's RV Services and welcome to today's video. I am a certified RV inspector and a registered technician. Today I want to talk to you about the fears people have when they're purchasing a new or used RV. There's a lot of talk out there about people that are afraid to purchase something because they don't want to get a lemon. They don't want to get something that has a lot of problems where they spent all that money and now they've got to soak more money into repairs, or they have it back at the dealership for tons of warranty work and they miss out on months and months of camping. Liz Amazing has a great channel. If you haven't watched it, please check it out. She has people with stories of situations that they've gone through where they have purchased brand new RVs and they have many problems. I want to give you some tips on how you can make this process smoother and less scary. I want you to be able to feel comfortable and confident on spending that money to get that new RV and not be afraid to do it. So the first thing you want to look at is the manufacturer. You want to find out if this manufacturer was bought out by a big corporation. And if that is true, then you might be looking at less quality of the RV because they're mass producing these. You can also look online and get and download a brochure. You can also probably get a build sheet, and if you can't find it, you can contact the manufacturer themselves and you can ask to be sent one. So usually they will send it to you if you are a buyer, so you just let them know that you're thinking of purchasing the RV and you would like a build sheet or a brochure, and they can send it to you. So that is something you can do because that's what I do as part of my research for an inspection. A lot of times I just find a brochure. I don't find build sheets, but I find them in the RV sometimes, but not always. But I do get the brochure and I just download the PDF. I look at that and I can find out things if it's got dual pane windows or single pane windows, the construction of the RV. I find out a lot of things about the materials of it from that brochure. So you can do that. You can join different forums or Facebook groups and find out how people are liking the RV, how the quality is of the RV, the problems that they're having. That's just part of doing all that research. And then when you hire an inspector to go out and inspect yours, which I highly recommend, you can let them know what you've also found. And I've had a lot of clients do this where they let me know what they found through their research on Facebook groups as being key problems, and they want me to pay special attention to these certain things. So you can do that as well with your research. The next thing is the dealership as well. The dealerships some are good and some are not so good, and some of them have a really bad reputation. And I can think of one that is a chain that notoriously has issues, and my clients are not happy and they don't like inspectors. I won't name them, but I'm sure you can guess. They're around the country. And you really want to, if you're going to one of these places, which they hold a lot of the RVs, so it's hard not to because they probably have what you're looking for, please make sure you get the inspection. And you can also go there too, and you can look at the RV unless you're out of state and you can't get there. But if you're in state and you can go look at that RV, you can do a preliminary check before you hire the inspector and make sure that that's the RV that you want. But it's really important to get an inspector because their PDIs just aren't sufficient. And these people that are on Liz's channel that are talking, they all bought brand new RVs and they supposedly did their PDIs. So when they tell you that you don't need to hire an inspector because we do our own inspection here, just refer them to Liz's channel and tell them to take a look at some of the happy customers that she interviews. So you really want to look at the dealerships. I find that there are independent dealers that seem to be a little bit better. Who I'm dealing with, the independents seem to be a little bit better to deal with, and they will get things ready for me for the inspection, and I just don't seem to have as many problems with them. But it's different in every state and every city. So if you have a dealership in one area, they might not be the same in a different. I guess it just depends on who's managing it and how they decide to handle things. So that is the other thing. Look and do your research on the dealership and make sure that they have a decent reputation. The other thing about the dealers is I want you to make sure that you are not signing any paperwork until after you've had the inspection. And that's important to know because I have heard of dealerships pressuring people into signing the paperwork and basically you're buying the RV before you even had the inspection. So do not sign anything until you've had your RV inspected by a certified inspector. So the next tip I want to give you is to learn how to inspect or look over RVs yourself. Learn more about RVs. You can watch a lot of YouTube channels. You can watch my channel. I even offer a checklist. If you go to my website, I offer a checklist if you sign up for my monthly newsletter. And that's at debsrvservices.net. And then you just go and you sign up for the newsletter, and then you will be given a free checklist. This checklist is just going to go through items that I would look for if I was purchasing an RV. And you may not be aware of all the fine details like an inspector would do and be able to perform all the tests. But a good idea would be to go out and take a look at that RV and just see with your own eyes and make sure that you can't visually see any rot. If you can't climb on a roof, then that's one of the reasons you hire an inspector. But if you can look on the roof, you can just take a quick visual and make sure that it doesn't look all torn up, that there's not bubbles or holes. But you really want to try to figure out if that RV is in decent enough shape where you can then hire the certified inspector to come out, do an inspection so that we can perform all of our tests, because we do a lot of other things that the average person isn't educated and skilled on doing. So at least if you get like that preliminary inspection, if you do that yourself, then we can come along and we can do a much more thorough, detailed job and make sure, because I've had people hire me for inspections, and some people are out of state, so they can't do it any other way but have an inspector go. Sometimes you can hire an inspector to just go do the preliminary look. Hey, I want to hire you to just go out there and take a visual look at it. So it'd be like a 1-hour fee and a travel fee. If it works out, then we can set up an inspection. So there's lots of other opportunities with your inspector to have them go and take a look at the RV first if you are not able to get to it. Because what's the point in flying all the way out to a location where you found an RV and then you get there and it's full of rot? So if you want to, for my business, I allow that, and I will go out and I will take a quick look at the RV. I'll look on the roof and I'll look underneath the slides, and I'll just make sure that I don't see delamination or anything like that shows me that there's definitely water intrusion that I can see easily. And then if there's not, then I can go in and do a really good inspection. So being out of state, you can't go and look at it, but if you are at a location where you can go look at the RV and you want to learn more about how to inspect RVs, I would download my free sheet and I would watch some other videos. You can watch some of my videos and learn about what it looks like when there is water damage, some of the things to look for on an RV. There's lots of information out there, so learn more about RVs. Heck, you could go take a course at the NRVT, and I'm not promoting them, like I don't get anything from it, but they do offer a 1-week course. They even offer an online course if you wanted to, where you could just learn a little bit more about how to test using a voltmeter or things like that. So get some knowledge on RVs and then go out there and look at the RVs yourself. And then you can go through and you can hire an RV inspector to look at it in much more detail. And then you will feel like you aren't going to get screwed over and spend all this money on a new RV just to turn around and take it back to the dealer for all this warranty work. Or if it's a used RV and you bought it from a private seller or there is no warranty, now you're really out of the money because you have to pay for all these things to get repaired. And some of these repairs can be quite costly. So these are tips that can really help you when you're going to make that purchase for your new RV. I don't want you to feel afraid to go and buy an RV because of all the problems that you're hearing online. Don't let the fear stop you. There's so much fun to be had out there. Just do your research, find something quality. If you're going to be in this RV for a while, it's better to get something that's a little more quality than to just get something that's just for the money, really inexpensive, and then it's just the walls are falling in on you because they're barely stapled up. So I hope this helps you. And by the way, I do want to mention that I published that first video for the Deb's Corner version, and I got such good feedback. I am so happy that you all really liked it, and I can't wait to create more content for you. And I was really blown away at all the positive feedback I got. That was really nice of everyone to say all the kind things. I'm excited because I feel like I have so much to say about my personal adventures with my RVing life. And I can talk about, I don't even know which thing to talk about first. I laid awake, I couldn't even sleep because I thought, oh my gosh, I can talk about this and that. And there's so many things I can talk about now. And I love doing this stuff too, but me personally, I really enjoy talking about my own journey, and that it's really easy for me to talk about. I don't have to even research it because it's just all in my head. So thank you very much for watching and for giving me all the good feedback. I really appreciate it. Your support means a lot to me. So I will see you on the next video, and comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all those wonderful things. And I'll see you next time.